Hey guys, this is a bit of a mic check, but we are back with Broken Sword. This time the first one, director's cut. Um, how's that, David? Is it
Yep.
is it distorted, loud, or
Just waiting again. What's that?
hello, hello, hello?
No, that's fine. Possibly, obviously, it's a lot quieter than Discord,
Okay,
but it's absolutely it's fine. But obviously, I've got a delay of about 7 seconds.
yeah. So it should be alright, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's crack on. Don't.
Your mic, your camera looks a little bit low, a little bit high.
It should be better.
Pierre Cachon was stiff for the last time.
Okay, let's sort the audio out in game.
That's makes sense.
It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down. Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend. In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else.
It was a boat ticket stamped Bateau de la... When I was a little girl, Papa used to take me on the Bateau Mouche as a treat.
Just make sure it'll save. Sweet.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job. I didn't want to call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself. The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
No, he used this thing, motherfucker. Stupid idiot.
The police could tell somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them. The door was locked. A Louis XIV table with an antique cloth. Imelda
Louis'
had
table.
taste. But hey, with a husband that rich, taste is easy. I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful. Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole. Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff. Instead of comforting Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why? Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine. Just the color I was after for my bathroom. I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is... Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favorite color. For God's sake,
Thank God you
keep
have
the
a
damn
bottle of
stuff.
Coke in there.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that. Excuse me, madame. Yes? I am so sorry for your loss, madame. No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry. Not true. We shall see. Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss? I have no idea. His business was his business. He never told you anything. No, and frankly, I preferred it that way.
How did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Collard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
Player.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronise me. You're all cut from the same cloth.
Rude.
Do you have any moral sense at all?
Yes, that's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if my editor gets the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
Your husband invited me here today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall.
Drawing room.
It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
Okie dokie.
Now we will...
The painting showed the Cachons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country. Or did I read that in a fortune cookie? There was the very faintest of clicks. Behind the picture was a safe.
I thought I was going to have to put a combination in as well.
In the safe was some kind of artifact. There were strange symbols on its surface. It looked like the printer's blocks I'd made at art school. If there was one thing I'd learned about symbols, they are always important. But these symbols
About a
scratched
triangle,
into
not a
stone were
square.
impossible to read. I needed to find a way of printing them. At least the stone was round. But what could I use for ink? And what
We
could
really
I
picked
print
that up.
on? Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda didn't know about the artifact, and Carchon was past carrying.
Wow.
This wasn't the time for me to lie on the sofa doing my Marie Antoinette impression. Though it is very popular at parties, especially with gay guys. Don't ask me why. As expected, the desk was yet another priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision. I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank.
My heart skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant.
But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Carchon had known my father. They really must have been friends. I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda. I'd spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad girl, but also quite a clever one.
Like them animation
I
graphics
rolled
look
the artifact
amazing.
in the paint until it was completely coated.
Looks like the cloth.
Genius! The roller and the paint worked just as I planned, but what did it say? It was some kind of coded message. It read, "Sub judice." I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense. I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the coded message. The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law courts. So, sub judice could in this case mean literally under the law courts, below the conciergerie. I was pretty sure I'd found all I could here. And besides, all this opulence was making me pine for my regular life of poverty. This was a huge story. It was also one heck of a puzzle
Babe,
with a lot of pieces
get me the
missing.
other bottle of
But
Coke,
I was
please?
going to crack it. And if I could just remember the name of that fancy prize you get for being an ace journalist, I was definitely going to win it this time.
Okay.
No. No. Did you find anything useful?
This carving. Do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to know.
He was given it by a friend. Something to do with Africa.
He never explained any more.
No. But I think it was important to him. Always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Imelda, I will do everything I can to find the killer.
Thank you, my dear.
And if the police ask,
Don't worry. You were never here.
sub judice.
Bring it
Was
here,
the
sweetheart.
I was going to have to find a way under the conciergerie.
I decided to head straight to the quayside on the Ile de la Cité.
If there was a way of getting under the conciergerie, it would have to be from there. Canchon wasn't the type for messing about on the
You
river.
are.
He was up to something down here. Something that got him killed.
Sorry, guys, 2 secs. What'd she text you about?
The fence wouldn't move.
Joy.
This fence.
Is that symbol again?
The cross looked familiar. I'd seen it before. It was embroidered on the lace cloth I'd picked up at Carchon's apartment. I knew I was on the right track. I tried pushing the fence, but it wouldn't. A strange pair of locks stopped the latches from releasing the gate.
Okay. Hmm. Let's move that one out of the way, I think.
Yes!
Hey,
One down, one to go.
I've got to do another one. Oh, damn it. I swear the more I move, the worse I'm making this. We'll get there in a minute. Let's restart it. Okay. It's got to be that. Yeah, right out of the way. Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't frustrating. Let's break it. Okay. I need to move that like all the way over there somehow. Gonna lose my shit in a minute. This is so annoying. Wow. Sorry, guys. Get it done as quick as I can. Part of me feels like they need to be done there, but I need to get that out of the way, so. Move that one. Let's get that up there. Mhm. If anyone can see it, let me know. Because I goddamn fucking can't. not give up. God damn it. God damn it, man. Yeah.
Perfect. Nothing like a good convent education for honing your lockpicking skills.
Jesus, that took ages. And it just falls off.
For a room full of junk, that was one very sophisticated lock system.
This place was definitely fishy, in more ways than one. Oops.
An old shell case.
I wondered what that was doing there. The words sinister and Dexter
You
were
fucking
carved
for
on
real.
either side.
Now any good convent girl like me knows the old Roman for left, right, left, right.
But what did it mean here?
I wonder. This?
Mystery solved.
Carchon's stone cylinder slotted into the hole with a satisfying click.
Oh my god, are you for real? Okay.
I made a mistake. The lock.
A satisfying.
I must have.
A s-
Left,
another.
right,
Oh no!
left,
A sa-
right,
an-
left. It's not going to be right again. Left, left.
Damn!
a sat. Another.
Left again? Right. Oh my god. Left!
I love the sound of locks clicking open.
We got very lucky. Now what? Okay.
Oh my god!
The slab came down with a hell of a force.
Yeah, let go of that.
With nothing.
Wait, can we take the key back? There was another fucking hole.
I removed the stone cylinder.
Okay, back in again.
Lifting the
So I need
cross
to hold
closed
it.
the entrance door, and also
What have we got? Pull it.
the stone cross was propped up. Now I was getting somewhere. I touched the slot. Nothing but, which was good. I've always been attached to my fingers. This slot was designed for something specific.
This again.
The artifact slotted into the hole perfectly. Behind the old walls, I could hear some kind of mechanism groaning into life, but whatever had been triggered had now jammed.
It's still there, David.
The gap was too thin for me to get a grip. I needed something thin. I was going to need something a lot stronger than a hair clip to free the door. I removed the cross didn't drop back down. Some kind of...
Okay. Kind of what to do. Bullet case and just squish it.
The stone slab had flattened one end of the shell.
Okay. Can we even put that in there now?
I removed the shell case. Another good use. Another secret room.
Can I take that out now? Or is it going to close that? I want it back. Ah, god damn it. So no, we can't take that back out. Take the bullet casing though.
I removed.
There's a flashing light there.
Wow. Through the darkness, I could see that this was a stateroom. But for what purpose? And how did it tie in with Carchon?
Can we get back to that light? So put us in the middle of the room just to confuse us.
Amazing. The thing still worked. The room lit up bright as day. That wasn't going to help. I wasn't going to find anything in this old desk. It hadn't been used for years.
About this old desk.
Inside the drawer, I found a note written in some kind of code.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm just nipping to the toilet. Might be a sec. Oh, sorry, I'm back, guys. Right, what did we find? A note. Oh, God. Let's start with what's. I suppose that could be 2. That's not right. This. Because they're the same letter, aren't they? Okay. Same letter, same letter. That's probably like a kiss, maybe? X. Hey, I might have got one right. Let's try that as 2. 2. Not. A. And it. That's this. This. Wait. Borrow. Hmm. Something. This is to something to urgent. Hmm. Urgent or urgent? Something. Pierre. What's the name of that guy? B, so it's not but. There. Care. Take great care. In something are in danger. That's not right. Something. It seems. That. That's gotta be both, hasn't it? Uh, it seems that something, us who came together in. Follow, yes, thank you. Whose name is that? Something both dead in something are in danger. Is that a Y? Yamanda? In July.
I had decrypted the note. It
Bet you
read,
read.
here. Full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X.
Well, that was fucking helpful, wasn't it?
It was pretty clear from the lack of dust that someone had been working very recently at this desk. Oh my god. The sheet was a printout with my personal information. Everything from my favorite food to my waist size.
They were right about chocolate. But come on, guys. I'm a size 10.
There was even a picture of me, taken with a telephoto lens. Carchon wouldn't have taken these pictures himself. This was big.
And organized.
I was part of it. And people were getting murdered.
This was the article I'd written about the costume killer.
My suspicions were right. Carchon had cut it out. 2 businessmen had been killed. One in Italy, one in Japan. In each case, the killer had worn a costume. A penguin, and then a snowman. But that wasn't the only link
Death
between
by
the
a
two
snowman
murders.
and penguin.
Both the victims had been big media do-gooders, and I proved they were just the opposite. So, how did they fit in with Carchon?
The dregs at the bottom of the mug hadn't dried out or gone moldy.
It wasn't more than a day old.
My articles...
Is that it? We check more of the desk. Anything else in the drawer? Well, clever girl. Well done.
Damn,
Pull the
don't you
fucking
just hate
drawer
it when that happens?
A photo, long lost, had fallen down the back of the drawer. It was very old,
But there was no mistaking the guy in the foreground.
Carchon. Behind him were soldiers, a burning village, and a corpse.
The photograph was cropped on the right-hand side.
Somebody else in the picture obviously didn't want to be in it anymore. I wasn't surprised. This was Africa in the 60s.
An uprising was being brutally suppressed.
And here was Mr. Media himself, Carchon, doing the suppressing.
The photograph was not just powerful evidence.
It was also my ticket to one explosive story.
I had enough for a story, an amazing story that was going to make my reputation,
and blow Conchance to pieces. I needed to get home fast and start typing.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Nico, it's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, you cracked open the champagne yet?
Are you crazy?
What's wrong? Wait a minute. You didn't print it, did you?
Of course I didn't print.
That's the best piece I've written.
The last, as far as I'm concerned.
It's important.
It's suicidal. You can't destroy a national hero.
He deserved it.
His corpse isn't even cold.
Ronnie, 2 hours ago I told you what I'd found. You loved it. You begged me to write it up immediately.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, Nico.
Someone's got to you, haven't they?
Listen up, Nicole, and listen good. Pierre Carchon had a lot of friends, powerful friends. For your own sake.
Forget what happened.
You got it. End of conversation. Good night.
Wow.
This should have
Rude.
been my big break, but I knew there was nowhere else to sell this story. If Ronnie wouldn't print it, nobody would.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Mademoiselle Collard, my name is Plantard. I need to talk to you about your story. Your Pierre Carchon story.
How did you know about that?
There are people out there, madame, who will be very upset by this story.
Oh, really? Well, it's their lucky day. It's been spiked.
Yes, I know. We must meet.
You still there, David?
I have
Fancy playing
information
something?
relating to your costume killer stories. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Café de la
Right.
Chandelle
End
Verte,
of part one, I
Rue
think,
Alain
so
Court. I shall be wearing a grey overcoat. You must
We
talk
can
to
find
no one
something
about
to
this.
play.
You can't tell me what to...
Carry on the
Tomorrow
stream
at
tomorrow.
8. I'll be waiting.
People complain about newspaper articles all the time, but not usually before they're printed. I was beginning to feel scared. This guy, Plantard, could I trust
Sure.
him? Should I meet him or forget the whole business?
I was thinking
I
of playing
didn't have
some
an
Heat
answer.
if you're up for it.
Ooh.
Haven't played it in a while, and Gears has got his own server and that now.
I'd only been in.
Right, guys, we're going to hit it with a save, and we're going to carry this on to first thing tomorrow morning. Obviously, my
As I picked
streams.
the next, I was.
Let's skip all that. We'll listen to that in the morning. Yeah, carry it on tomorrow. So, thanks for being here, guys. Take it easy, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Peace.